Sometimes you feel like maybe Minecraft is a bit too easy for you. If that's the case, maybe this command is right for you. It allows you to enable Hell Mode, which, as you can probably guess by the name, is, well, not only does this kill the pig, or maybe it doesn't kill the pig. Good job, buddy. This is Difficulty Hell by IJA Minecraft, and it makes things a lot more difficult once you activate it. So why don't we start off by grabbing the items here, and we'll make what we need. So first things first, in order to make 3 items, you have to put down an iron block, and then throw either redstone, a gold ingot, or a diamond on top of it. So to enable Hell Mode, you throw a redstone onto one of these iron blocks here, and you'll get the Destroyer. When you put this down on the ground, it will enable Hell Mode. You've also got the Stabilizer, which you can make by throwing a gold ingot onto one of these iron blocks. And finally, diamond onto an iron block will give you the Restorer, which disables Hell Mode. I've equipped some decent weaponry and armor. You're gonna want to do that unless your goal is to get destroyed, but now we should be ready to go. So I'm gonna place the Destroyer down on the ground, and it creates this little particle mechanism thing that drills down to the bottom of the earth, shoots up into the sky, and basically starts corrupting the world. You'll see these little smoke particle effects all around, and that means that Hell Mode is activated. You'll also hear the really welcoming sound effects that come along with it. So now, we'll run into some mobs and have a bit of fun. First things first, zombies. They're not that much faster, but they do deal a lot more damage than they would otherwise. They're actually slower, but they take a lot more damage. You'll notice that with our sharpness 5 sword here, that guy took, I wasn't counting how many shots that was, but it was quite a few. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then they have this special ability where on occasion you will have a zombie that dies and spawns these things called the Risen. Now your problem with these is that they also have the same ability. So when you kill one of the Risen, you run the chance of the Risen spawning more Risen, and it's this never-ending process that basically screws you over. Fortunately, there's a solution. You'll notice I have bone meal in my inventory. In order to counter these guys, you throw some bone meal on the ground, and it'll suck them up, and you're good to go. But pain in the ass, if you ask me. Whew. Last but not least, I'm sure you noticed, but the zombies weren't burning in the daylight. So another thing you have to worry about. Next up, spiders. Given my track record with spiders, this is gonna force me to burn down my entire world because now they're exceedingly fast. You can't, oh my God, they're way too fast. They take way more damage, they have way more health, and they shoot out cobwebs. How much better could you ask for it to be? Can you please stop, guys? Oh my God, it's just not even possible to keep track. Oh, it's dead. That's spiders. Fantastic. Let's spawn one more and see if we can kill it. Yeah. You can get caught in the cobwebs, and it's also basically impossible to keep track of. God, come on. Hey, stop running in circles. I'm gonna get you. I swear to God, I'm gonna get you. There we go. Whew. We got a couple spiders there. Fantastic. Next up, let's go to creepers. So, creepers, they're a little bit quicker. They're also a little bit more trigger happy. They have a shorter fuse time, and they blow things up a lot bigger than they would normally. In order to kill them, a bow is probably going to be your best bet, let's be honest here. If you have a bow, it's going to be your friend. They're still much harder to kill. Power 5 bow right now. Power 5 bow. Took like several shots to kill, but if we have a sword, not going to have too much luck. I've got blast protection armor, so, oh gosh. Not easy. Not easy. Let's try one more time. I don't think we're going to have much luck here, but nope. Not going to happen. You pretty much need to have a bow. Otherwise, even then it's tough. Well, especially if you're spawning it right next to you. That's creepers for you. Finally, we've got skeletons. All skeletons in this mode will spawn with iron armor on. They also are more quickly to fire their arrows. They're more quick to fire their arrows. And also, when the arrows hit the ground, they have this special ability where they explode into a set of more arrows. So watch, wait for him to miss, and then you can kind of see how the arrow, once it hits the ground, explodes into more arrows and has a little purple particle effect. All right, let's go ahead and kill you, man. It has obviously, like everything else, a little bit more health to go along with everything. And again, the rapid fire makes things a little bit more difficult. Basically, if you're fighting more than one at a time, or you get into water, you're not gonna have a good time. But we can obviously fight the skeleton with a bow, and then all will be well. Now, you may be noticing that the smoke particle effects are getting a little bit more frequent getting a little bit more dense, happening more often. Now, the reason is, it's hell on earth. It's great. So now what's happened is we've been in hell mode for 5 minutes. Once that happens, you start getting these things called sins coming up from underground and invading your world. It's pretty great, right? Now, these sins are basically sort of modified wither skeletons, and they look like that. They run around, and underneath them they spread netherrack. Now, fortunately, it seems that they're getting a little bit stuck in the cobwebs here. That's a good thing, right? So we can keep on trying to kill them, but they have a significant amount of health. And also, when they hit you, because they're wither skeletons, they will wither you. So the problem here is that this will keep happening significantly frequently. As long as hell mode is activated, I'm going to eat a golden apple so I don't die here. As long as hell mode is activated, more and more and more of these guys are going to spawn with great frequency here. Now, your solution, you may recall, I mentioned an item called the stabilizer back at the beginning, and I made it by throwing a gold ingot onto an iron block. We're going to want that right about now, because this is going to get very tedious in just a moment. So, you know what? Let me just switch on into creative mode really quickly while these guys are trying to attack me. I'm going to fetch the stabilizer here out of my inventory, and we're going to go ahead and throw it down over here after I've switched back into survival. So, place it on down. Now, this does the same sort of animation as the hell mode activation, except what's going to happen is that after a couple of seconds, these guys will start one by one being sucked back down into the earth, and it basically gives us another 5 minutes of leeway until this starts to happen again. The process will repeat, and then we've got to do another stabilizer thing. It takes a few moments, of course, as you can tell. All right, there goes one of them. Come on, guys. I'm gonna need you to get stabilized real quickly here. Please, pretty please. Or maybe I'll take them both out first. Who knows? Oh, come on. Just please die. As you'll notice, though, no more of them are spawning. These guys are just taking a significant amount of time to decide to head back underground. Please, there we go. Okay, there we go. And then last but not least, please die. Just about enough of you. But as you can tell, unless you're like highly geared, this isn't gonna work out too well for you. Not gonna work out too well for you at all. Can you please? Wow. So, moral of the story, the sin dudes, not fun at all. But we're safe now. So, these guys slowly turn your world into the nether. And it also allows for you to do another thing. Well, it allows for the creepers to do another thing. So we're going to place down a creeper right here. That's not a creeper, that's a zombie. I know the difference. Knock you in here, grab a creeper, because that's what I moved out. Spawn a creeper. And, hey buddy, come over here. So, when the creeper, come follow me, man. This is important. No! Gosh darn it. Okay, Mr. Creeper, hey buddy, there we go. So when the creeper comes in contact with the netherrack, he turns into a charged creeper and has this little sword thing on his head. Now, what do you think? You probably want that sword, right? So you gotta kill the creeper using a ranged weapon. Okay, and then once you do that, you'll be able to pick it up. Now, this is the sword of the undead, and it does good things. So not only does this thing just deal a ton of damage, but it also counteracts a lot of the hell mode abilities of different mobs. So let's put a zombie down here, and when we use the Sword of the Undead to kill it, not only does it only take 2 shots to kill, but it also makes it so that Risen ability does not happen. So no matter how many zombies I kill here, none of them are gonna have the stupid, super annoying Risen thing happening because I kill them. Pretty fantastic. That's going to help us out quite a bit. Now, spiders. They don't shoot webs anymore, or they attempt to shoot webs, and the webs kind of disappear. They're still extremely fast, except they die pretty quickly because this thing is a pretty awesome sword. So it takes only 2 hits instead of whatever the 50,000 that it was taking previously. Also, when it comes to skeletons, they no longer have that arrow explodey ability thing, and it also tremendously reduces the damage that you take when they shoot you with an arrow. So it makes things a little bit easier overall. You notice this guy shot me like 4 times and I haven't taken any damage, which is pretty swell. And then here, we'll let him miss us. Come on, miss. And, okay, that was a bad place for you to miss. Couldn't really see that. Come on, man. Shoot. God dang it. Stop hitting me. There we go. Okay, whatever. Take my word for it. The arrows aren't doing their little exploding madoohicker into 4 different things. and now you're gonna die in less hits as well, because this thing is super powerful. That's about gonna do it though. Obviously, when you're all done, you can use the Restorer in order to terminate hell mode and set everything back to the way it should be in the world, and you don't have to worry about bad things happening to you anymore. So on that note, we're gonna wind things down. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed, make sure to like. Maybe we can go for 12 likes on the video. You can check out the command via the link in the description. There's a playlist in the description with more commands if you want to check that out. Subscribe for more, and I'll see you next time.